Hi everyone. I managed to read 5 books this month, which was really exciting for me compared to some previous months, so let's get right to it. The very first book that I've read was The Passenger by Lisa Lutz, and I've been meaning to read this book for some time now. It seemed like a really interesting thriller with a lot of different twists and turns, and I have to say that it was a pretty decent read, much better than I sort of anticipated it to be, and the ending was very unexpected because the main character has so many secrets that she's keeping and her past slowly unravels through the story. So if you like those kinds of endings where they were, sort of hinting at something all along throughout the book, but you don't really know what has happened until nearly the very end, this is the kind of book that you would probably enjoy. I ended up giving this book 3 out of 5 stars, so it was a pretty decent read. The next book that I read was Perfect Days, and I actually have a full review for this book because I liked it so much. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars, and I thought it was an excellent read. Just to sum it up for you, it's about a young medical student who becomes very infatuated with a young girl that he meets at a party, and then he gets turned down by her, so he kidnaps her and forces her to sort of spend this time with him in hopes that she will change her mind and actually want to be dating him. The story takes a lot of unexpected turns throughout, and the ending was so crazy and unexpected that I couldn't believe it, but it was a great book overall. And if you enjoy thrillers and suspense novels with a very likable main character who isn't supposed to be very likable, then this might be a book for you. The next book was Find Her by Lisa Gardner, and this is a part of a detective book series, though I feel like this book could be standalone as well because it doesn't really tie into any of the previous books. And this is about a woman who's been kidnapped previously and held against her will for over a year, and then she was rescued, and now she's back to living her normal life. But she does get mixed up with some other sorts of things, and she sort of ends up kidnapped again. I hope that's not giving too much away here, but this is pretty much the plot of the book. I thought this was a pretty interesting book, but given the chance I don't think I'd read it again. I did give this book 3 stars, but I thought that it was slightly predictable, and it wasn't the kind of book that I would enjoy reading again, so there you have it. Next was Some Possible Solution by Helen Phillips, and this is a collection of short stories. I really liked these because they were so unique and different from other short stories that I read before. I really liked the interesting spins that she put on all of the stories, and they really made me think about life and experiences and me having to deal with the same sort of things that the characters had to deal with. Overall, I wish this book was longer. I felt like it was a little short, at least for my liking, but maybe it's just because I enjoyed this book so much. I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. Last but not least, I read Girls on Fire by Robin Wasserman, and I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. I had really high expectations for this book, and I knew that it was a YA book, a contemporary, so I sort of thought that, it would be a pretty decent read, and it was. But I feel like for a while there, in the middle of the book, there wasn't much going on, and I didn't really know what to expect near the end of this book, and the ending was very unexpected. This one's about 2 girls who become the best of friends. One of them is a goody-good, and the other one is sort of a rebellious person with some shady past, and they end up doing some things that they probably shouldn't have done. But anyways, this book was very highly anticipated by me, and it was a pretty decent read. At times I felt like it was too graphic for my liking. I definitely do like dark books, but this one I felt like for a YA book and for, for the subject matter of it, I felt like it didn't have to be this graphic and this in-depth and, just taking it a little bit too far, but it was a pretty good read. So there you have it. This is my May 2016 reading wrap-up. Please let me know if you read any of these books, and also please let me know what you've been reading in May. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.